Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Mo for Planet Destiny, and welcome back to another exotic weapon review, Black Spindle. This is very much a Year 2 exotic version of the legendary sniper, the Black Hammer, which dropped in Crota's End back in Year 1. Now, if you're unaware of how to actually obtain the Black Hammer, we will have a link down in the description below to our video guide. Go ahead, check that thing out. It'll tell you everything you need to know about how to get your hands on one of these obsidian beauties. Taking a look at the statistics, we have a low rate of fire, extremely low rate of fire, high impact, great range, good stability, and a pretty snappy reload, actually, especially with flared mag well equipped as I have it. We're looking at solar damage. Let's go ahead and take a look at the perks, though. So moving on down to our scope selection, we have a choice between the Ambush, the Taxis, as well as the Hawkeye. Now, I want to make one thing clear. Regardless of what scope you select, the visual design of the reticle within the scope will not change. And in fact, the Taxis and the Hawkeye have identical zoom levels. Their zoom level will not change. The only thing that will change between the two is the statistic modifiers that they make to the weapon. Your Ambush is going to be your lowest zoom scope option. This is honestly the one that I just go with all the time. You may find yourself in a situation where you are noticing damage drop off from long range shots, but I haven't really ran into a situation like that. Moving over into row 2, we have White Nail. Rapidly landing 3 precision shots will refill the magazine from your reserves. This, of course, is the perk that makes Black Spindle Black Spindle. It's the perk that made Black Hammer Black Hammer. It's going to allow you to possibly fire up to 18 shots without reloading. That's 3 in the magazine, 15 in the reserves, 18 precision shots with critical damage without ever reloading. Those shots will be taken from your reserves, unlike the original White Nail perk, which took the ammunition from the middle of nowhere and frankly was a bit overpowered. This is the White Nail that was balanced. Moving on over to row 3, we have a choice between Snapshot, Flared Magwell, and Perfect Balance. This is going to be player preference. The weapon's recoil is already pretty reasonable, and considering its rate of fire, it's easy to recover. Snapshot, the ability to ADS faster, something that I really only usually care about in PvP. Don't really see a need for that, and again, in most of the situations where you would use the Black Spindle. Last but not least, we have Mulligan. Missing a shot has a chance to return ammo directly to the magazine. Of course, Mulligan's going to work hand in hand with White Nail every now and then, allowing you to possibly recover from a missed shot and have one more chance to activate White Nail. So great set of perks going on there from a PvE perspective anyway. So let's talk about the Black Spindle in PvE. Now, I want to make clear, I don't actually feel it's right to call it just like a PvE god. It is a very good weapon in boss fights. They're boss fights against bosses that aren't highly mobile. When we start talking about engaging small targets, targets that are very agile, you're not really going to see the same benefits. This thing is all about activating White Nail again and again and getting that exceptionally high DPS value. If you can't do that, if you can't activate White Nail time after time, you're not really going to see the full potential of Black Spindle. A lot of those bosses that are stationary for large amounts of time are really going to see insane damage done to them by people using the Black Spindle, as long as they can activate White Nail again and again and again. Need to make clear about White Nail is it says rapidly landing 3 precision shots, and that's exactly what it means. You cannot stand around for like 5 seconds in between shots and expect to have White Nail activate. White Nail for the longest time has been about 2.5 seconds between shots. If you go beyond that, you're not really going to have it activate, and you're going to miss the potential to fire beyond 3 rounds without reloading the magazine. Possible 18 rounds without reloading. I mean, there's no denying the potential, and it's what makes it such a great boss fight sniper rifle. We do need to talk about the Black Spindle in PvP, and we're only going to do so very briefly because honestly, there's no reason to take this thing into the Crucible. It was the most frustrating experience ever capturing footage for this weapon in the Crucible. It doesn't belong there. There's no reason. Yes, it has really high impact. Does that mean that you can do some serious body shot damage and possibly res snipe? Yeah, you can, but you look at its low rate of fire, it makes follow-up shots incredibly hard, and considering its perks, there are far better sniper rifle choices to take into the Crucible. Not to mention, this is taking up an exotic slot when you could be running something like Suros in your primary, or a sword, or really anything in your heavy slot, honestly, is going to benefit you more than carrying Black Spindle in as your only exotic. White Nail, never going to happen in the Crucible. Maybe once in a blue moon, someone who is absolutely god with sniper rifles will have the opportunity to fire 3 rapid precision shots in the Crucible, and then fire a 4th and get 4 kills. I just don't see that happening ever. And when you take a weapon into any scenario, whether it's in PvE or in PvP, you ask yourself, how often are the perks going to benefit me? If the answer is 1% of the time, then the weapon doesn't belong there. And that's where we're going to end it with the Crucible in PvP. So that's going to do it for the Black Spindle, guys. I strongly recommend you pick this thing up. Once again, if you have no idea how to obtain the Black Spindle, we will have a link down to our video guide in the description below. Go ahead and check that thing out and get your hands on this thing. It's going to help you out so much in those boss fight situations. The amount of damage that you're going to be able to deal is just fantastical. If you guys have any other questions or thoughts of your own regarding the Black Spindle, feel free to share them with us down in the comment section below. If you'd like to check out my personal channel, hit that link. It'll take you over to Gaming with Tony Mo, where you can check out a variety of content, including Destiny. And as always, stay tuned right here to Planet Destiny for more awesome Destiny coverage. Stay safe.